All right, hello. I wanted to show you this connection between Billy Idol, Madonna, and the Hoover Dam. Okay, with some number jumps, and it kind of what kind of blew my mind on this little find was that I'd been looking at a palindrome type number for a connection between Madonna and Billy Idol before, and the reason why I came to this idea of the palindrome was the idea of her Madame X, and obviously, if you just take Madan, drop that E off, okay, Madame is obviously damn twice, um, and it's a palindrome in itself, right? And then the X is 24, and so we had this nice connection with this number 24, 42, the 24,042 number jump here from her birthday to this particular date in the year this year, 6/12. Okay, now, okay, so that was kind of the reason why it kind of stood out to me anyway. And then I'd noticed that there was a Billy Idol um, palindrome type number as well from his birthday through to the 2nd of July this year as well. And this was the 25,052 number. Now, obviously, everybody, you can project out whatever palindrome you want for anybody. But I was thinking, what's interesting, let's look at the date between those two dates. Okay, so there happened to be 20 days between where Billy Idol's numbers dropped and where Madonna's number dropped. Okay, and then so the midpoint between there, if I just click on, was this date right here. Okay, 6/22. Now, didn't really see anything for 6/22. Nothing really happened. I was, thinking maybe we'd see a death of each one of them, both of them, or some kind of reference to them. Maybe one showing up at a performance or them having lunch. Some nonsense story. Nothing. Okay. But in my number doodling, what I did, because I'm constantly messing around with these numbers, um, I thought, for whatever reason, I'd done the same number again with, you know, a one in there. So 100 days, there's an extra 100 in there. There's a one in the middle, and I thought this was kind of interesting, the idea of the one being born. So we're going from a zero now to a one in the middle of this palindrome. Okay, and we can do the same for Billy Idol. And when we do that, we're going to get a date. We're going to get a different date for the landing date here for Madonna is a different date, and it happened to be the 20th of September, which I didn't really, I was like, okay, well that's kind of interesting. And then I did Billy Idol's number, and lo and behold, it was a lot more interesting because it falls on 1010. We've looked at the Sator square before, and again, it's just 100 days. We just got this extra one in here now. So it's very similar numbers to what we were looking at with that kind of projection with the palindrome earlier. Anyway, I was like, I wonder what the mid date is between these two dates, between 1010 and the 20th of September. Well, they're only 20 days apart still. So here's Madonna's date, here's Billy Idol's date. And so if we drop back down 10 days, of course, then I went, oh, yes, of course. This is the birthday of the Hoover Dam here, 9:30. Okay. So the whole palindrome thing became really, really, really interesting now with Madonna, Billy Idol, and the Hoover Dam. I don't know what else to say about it other than super duper interesting. And of course, I just did a video which I'm actually going to save back and upload it after this one now, but I'm kind of referring to um, this during the video, um, because again I just picked out another palindromic number. Well, it's not. No, it's not a palindromic number. It's just a number that's the same for Billy Idol and Madonna, or at least the numerology is the same. And it actually brings us to today's date if we wanted to for Madonna, or tomorrow's date for Madonna, and it also brings us to um, the 18th of July, maybe with Billy Idol. So this is all really interesting stuff, these number jumps. But I just didn't know really what to do about them all. It was just some information I want to put out there. I think this is pretty important with the connection with those two sets of numbers and Billy Idol and Madonna. So anyway, that's that. I'm going to leave it there for this one, but I've got a whole bunch more stuff, and it's worth bearing in mind this end date of 9/2 right here, because this is a potential date for Madonna to croak on as well right here. But I'm talking about the 2nd of September now. So the same numerology, but the 2nd of September happens to be Labor Day this year. So this is interesting that it ties back in with Madonna, the 29 number right here, or the 29 numerology, because of well, let's just go to the chart of Lorraine. You know, the 29 numerology is really, really important because it's the combination of these two numbers right here. And I guess let me explain again why, what we've got going on actually with the 4/9. In this table, actually, I don't have it in here, but there is a version of it where I put the 4th row in here, okay, and 4/9 references the number that would be here. I'm pretty sure it's 118. Okay, this is really important, because that's kind of the date that I think the Hoover Dam thing's going to happen. I really feel like it's going to be on 4/9, even though there's several other little links to other dates in the in the $1 bill, 187 being one of those dates. But if we just go to it, September, so this is going to be our I just watched somebody who was talking about, oh, that was it. It was the hottest, I don't know what day it was on. It seems like it was maybe yesterday, or anyway, I don't know. I think it was, I can't remember which channel it was, but anyway, there was a video about the hottest day on record in Vegas, and it was 120 degrees. It's interesting with the 120. And anyway, let's shorten this video up, Dan. So this 2/9 with the Labor Day, and the tie back with Madonna back to Matthew Perry with this very similar birthdays. They're almost flips of one another, and they're only a couple of days apart as well. But the number itself is a rotation. Matthew Perry in what the hell's that film called with the Hoover Dam? I can't remember now. Maybe Fools Rushing or something like that. And it's got Salma Hayek in it as well. And again, her birthday is the 2nd of September. So it's, I don't know. And obviously the birth and ritual that's going on there in the film. And again, Labor Day, Monday, the 2nd of September this year, which is pretty interesting. But the Hoover Dam, the fold in the dollar bill that takes us actually was Labor Day last year, which is 4/9 this year, is where the fold always takes us to the 4th of September. So this is pretty interesting because not only do we have a Pluto reference with the 248, but also the 118, okay, is linked to 4/9. And so when you go back to the table here, you know, 4/9, the 4/9 reference would normally be 118. Okay. In fact, I have that. Let me just show you it. Where is it? Chart 4, because we can have a look at all the in-between bits. So see in purple here, here's just scribbled in. So 4/9 is that number right there. So it's pretty, yeah, pretty important. I don't know. Yeah, there's tons of other numbers for Madonna in here. And I've just, I'm to the point where I've just got to wait and kind of wait for it to happen, because I'm just kind of chasing my tail with, how the numerology just kind of can tie back to so many multiple dates. Yeah, the thing I'd say is, if something happens to Madonna or Billy Idol or to Donald Trump, I think it's game on. I think it might be game on for the old Hoover Dam. So I would be paying attention now, right the way through to September, because there's a lot of hot dates right now. Anyway, I don't know what else I want to say. Also, I'll tell you one other thing while I'm here. Note the 14th, the 14 here. These numbers down the bottom are the new totals when you add this line in. Okay, so 14 here, cross-referencing with 12, and obviously 12/14 is Washington's death date. Check this out. It's also cross-referencing back to, 2009, but the 29 numerology again. So that's pretty danged interesting, to say the least. I think, what else did I really want to show you with this? Let's click back on this, because I've kind of lost my train of thought now, what I was even talking about with this. I'm gonna tell you one more thing, right? The whole idea of Madonna dying, a couple of days before that thing happened, might be pretty interesting, I guess. It would be pretty interesting, I think. Again, Madonna's boy. Actually, this is the other thing, and then I'll be done, right? So with the 118, right? If we go between the 6th, now I've got to go back now to the original 24,042 palindromic number with Madonna, and the Billy Idol one that's the same, the 25,052, and we go to that midday, which is 6/22, okay, and then we go up to the Hoover Dam, which is the other midday, okay, and then we take the midpoint between those two dates. It is the 11th of August, which, is a 118 numerology number. But what's really interesting about that is when Rocco Ritchie, Madonna's son with Guy Ritchie, was born. Okay, so that's very, very interesting as well, supposedly born. And then the other thing with Guy Ritchie is he has 9/1 numerology with his birthday. I think it's the 10th of September, and so we can look at, his birthday and Madonna's death date being, potential death date being tied together there. So I don't know. I reckon I'm going to leave it there for this video, because otherwise it'll be way too long, and I just keep waffling all night about this stuff. But I've got a couple of things that I want to show you that's really interesting in the next video. So hopefully it hasn't put you off too much. The next video, I promise you, it will be some eye-opening stuff. Pretty awesome. All right, thanks for watching this one anyway. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.